by printbymagic.com, printing playing cards and services for magicians. Hey, James Anthony here from MagicWorld.co.uk. This is the Magic World Review Show abroad. So today we're going to be reviewing and finding a bar to review King Con. I brought this little bad boy on holiday to play around with by Sanders Effects, Richard Sanders. So without further ado, let's find a bar and let's get reviewing. Okay, so I found a place to do the review of King Kong. King Kong, that would be cool, wouldn't it? King's Con. Or King Con, sorry, King Con. Not King's Con, King Con. It could be King's Kong because there's multiple kings in this. Anyway, I've got to keep a very close eye on this mic, that it doesn't suddenly stop as well. It was running out of batteries, I just charged it up before, but this is the product. This is by Spidey and Sanders. So Sanders Effects is producing it, Spidey and Sanders together, and it says here on the front, the crazy, ridiculous, impossible 4-card change. So let's open it up, and I'm going to show you the tray, but let's have a little look at what it says first. So it says, yeah, a ridiculous card cheating technique with a knockout finish. 4 killer routines, yep, you get 4 killer routines on it. Easy to do, yes, it's easy to do. Custom cards, yes. New gimmick system. Okay, I'm not sure what the new gimmick system is, but either way, it's very good. 60-minute training video, yes. So I went through the training videos yesterday, watched them all. They've got beginners handlings, easier handlings, and they've got really, more advanced ones, nice subtleties, because that's one thing you always get from Richard Sanders, is some beautiful little subtleties, ways of handling the cards, and that is something that I highly recommend. It shows that he's been around in the game for a long time, he knows exactly what he does, he's great at sleight of hand, great at comedy, but he's one of the great producers, and he only ever brings out good stuff. It does kind of remind me a little bit of Ace, which is another trick by Richard Sanders. It is a similar concept and probably a similar gimmick system, but this time it's a different premise and a different premise of hand-drawn kings, effectively turning into real kings. That is what the effect is, and it's just simple and yet highly effective and super visual and very, very it's got a fun story and very, very entertaining to the audience. So let's get into a performance. Okay, so you start off by showing 4 cards, and you show that one of the cards, in fact, is a hand-drawn king of, well, just a king, a red king, and this is how they used to cheat back in the day. They used to hand-draw the kings, then introduce them into a deck of cards to cheat, to add an extra king so that they could win at their poker games. So we're going to start off by putting this onto the table right here. Now, on top of that, we have other kings like this one here, the Black King. So they do exactly the same again. They draw the Black King on, and then they would introduce it into the deck and put it onto the table. And, when they're not looking, is it? That would leave then 2 more, so they'd have a black one and a red one. So basically they've got 4 in this particular game, but all the different games are different. So essentially, if that leaves these 2 cards that are here, and this one that's here, this king, and this king, and this king, and this king, just turn the camera down, would be hand-drawn, introduced into a game, but what they didn't realise is that back in the day, the difference between hand-drawn and reality, people could get away with just so much more. I mean, they actually almost look real, if you can see that there, almost looks real. And so does this one, in fact, that looks almost real as well. In fact, so does this one here, and so does this one right here. So that is the effect. 4 hand-drawn kings change into 4 real kings, right in front of the spectator's eyes. All the backs and the fronts are normal, looks fabulous. So there we go, that's my little quick performance of it after not spending enough time to probably study it. There's lots of other different handlings, and that's the basic handling. yeah, I think that's a basic handling, or maybe a little bit of one of the other handlings built into it. So to perform it, super easy, super simple. The fact that they just change from being hand-drawn kings into real kings is amazing. And yeah, it's just another form of Ace, you know, the Trick by Ace by Richard Sanders, but this time in a form of hand-drawn kings. And yes, nice story, nice plot line, nice cards, good price point, considering they're all on specially printed bicycle cards as well. To replace the gimmick, very easy. I mean, you're going to, obviously these cards are all you need, and something else that everyone has in the house that can be swapped in very, very quickly. So, just check the mic again. So, all in all, very easy to perform. I think I would just say one, how do I say this without giving away things? Yeah, there's plenty of effects out this where cards will stay together and blah blah blah, and sometimes you've got to be very careful how you show the edges. You've got to be careful that when you're handling the cards, because the connection's just in the centre part, sometimes the doubles can be seen occasionally, and that I think that's enough code for nobody else to know what this means. The doubles can be seen, so you have to make sure either you're performing it, and when you're doing it, keeping the cards controlled, or performing it so that it's completely flat to the people's audience's faces. It's subtle handling, it's easy to do. Sometimes I always think these effects would be nicer if the whole card was the special surface of some kind, if you know what I mean. So at the end, you feel a lot more freer to handle the cards. Now you are free to handle the cards, nobody will ever pick up on it. I'm just mentioning this as one thing that you just need to be aware of after you bought the trick. But other than that, it's a brilliant, brilliant trick. Highly recommend it. It will last you a long time, and I think it's one of those tricks that you will carry around in your wallet and perform regularly because it's quick. It has a nice reference to gambling and fun. You know, everyone knows what the kings are. Everyone knows poker. So for me, this gets quite simply. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 for King Kong. I think it's brilliant. Highly recommend it as a product. And if you're a beginner in Magic, or even intermediate, or even advanced, hello, I think it's one that you'll love. Hey, I'm doing this review from a ski location, and you can't really get much better view than this. I absolutely love performing magic in places and locations just like this. So thanks again for watching. If you like the review shows off location, you know, outside of the studio, let me know. Hit a comment and make sure you click the like and subscribe if you enjoyed this review in any way. It is always good fun to do them. I don't do them enough, but I love doing the reviews. So make sure you do click the like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next review show.